Dear learners, welcome you again in the course Systematics of Angiosperm. Today we will going to explore the another family from the series Coronary, that is the Commelinaceae family. This is also commonly called as spiderwort family. Now moving toward the systematic position of this particular family, according to Bentham Honoker, this particular family is also placed in monocotyledony and in the series Coronary. Earlier we have also discussed one family from this particular series, that is the Liliaceae family, and today we will discuss the Commelinaceae family. So here is the position of this particular Commelinaceae family in the series Coronary, and if we compare the systematic position of this particular family Commelinaceae according to Bentham Honoker, which is placed in monocotyledony and the series Coronary, and Engler and Prantl place this family in monocotyledony and there is a Farinoceae order. So these are the comparative systematic position according to Bentham Honoker system and Engler and Prantl system. And in coronary, we have earlier discussed that the coronary is characterized by its colored or petaloid perianth, superior ovary and endospermic suit. As we have discussed earlier, that coronary is characterized by its colored or petaloid perianth with superior ovary and endospermic seeds, which has 8 families. Earlier we have studied Liliaceae, which is one of the representative of this particular family, and today we will going to learn about the Commelinaceae family, which is also called as the spiderwort family. And this particular name of this particular Commelinaceae family came from the Caspar Commelin, which is a Dutch botanist. From him, this name of this particular family came and named as a Commelinaceae, which includes about 50 genera and 700 species all total, and India is represented by around 11 genera and 75 species. So this is a very small family of some representation in particularly India. And moving towards the vegetative characters of the family Commelinaceae. Generally, if we now moving towards the vegetative characters of the family Commelinaceae, in general they are herbs which are annuals and perennials. Generally they are erect or maybe creeping. Sometimes they are also climbing in nature. As you can see, this is the habit of this particular plant. As you can see, this is the erect in nature, and they have a root which is adventitious type. Stem is rhizome, branched and jointed with swollen nodes. As you can see here, the stem has a jointed with swollen node, which is one of the characteristic of this particular family. The stem with jointed nodes, this is the characteristic of the family Commelinaceae, and this image showing the typical habit of the particular plant in this particular family. You can see here they have a nodal region, they have a rhizome stem which is branched. If we see the leaf is simple type. As we can see here, they alternate with sheathing bases. As you can see here, leaf arrangement is alternate and they have also sheathing bases and narrow grass like blades. As you can see here, they also have a blades, and they showing the entire margin linear or oval or lanceolate, and they are showing the parallel venation. So it is a typical monocot leaf which is a simple alternate phyllotaxy with sheathing bases, as we can see here from this particular images. This is the leaf of the Commelinaceae family plants. Now moving towards the floral characters of the family Commelinaceae. Starting from the inflorescence, inflorescence is axillary, cincinous, sometimes monochasial cyme, as in case of Camelina, which arises either in the axil or in the foliage leaf, as in case of Transdentia, or of a spathy-like bract. As you can see, this is the peduncle and this is the spathy-like bract, in which you can see here there is a presence of a flower. They have a small white petals. This is inflorescence present in this particular spathy. These are the enclosed in this particular spathy or bract with, and the flower you can see there is a actinomorphic in case of Zebrina and Pollia, maybe zygomorphic as in case of Commelina. Generally they are bisexual, hypogynous, clistogynous in case of Commelina. Clistogamas are those flowers which have a tendency to the self-pollination and they are present in the Commelinaceae. The flower is pedicellate and complete. They have a trimerous, usually subtended by foliaceous bract or spathe, as we can see here in this particular image. So, you can see here there is a typical, you can identify this particular family by their bract or spathe, and which you can see there is a inflorescence in this particular spathe. This is a monocaseal cyme, that is the Commelina plant. As you can see here, there is showing the monocaseal cyme inflorescence, and this is the spathe. Here you can see sepals and these are the petals. This one is white reduced petal, and these are the androecium and gynoecium. Now moving towards the floral part individually, first starting from the perianth. Perianth is generally they are 6 in numbers and arranged in 2 whorls of 3 in each. The outer wall is generally green and inner wall is generally blue, as you can see here in these images, but they may be violet, yellow or white. These are free and imbricate. As we have seen earlier that the flower may be actinomorphic and zygomorphic. As you can see here, the inner layer, that is the colored nature, they are equally in size. So, that is why the flower is actinomorphic. But here you can see here the two inner petals, 2 are large and 1 is small, white and reduced in size. Due to this, there is a flower become the zygomorphic in nature. So, here perianth may show variation. The inner may be become as a, sometime the inner flower becomes zygomorphic due to the unequal size of tepals, and may be regular in symmetry due to the equal size of tepals. As we can see here, this is one showing the regular symmetry and this one showing the irregular symmetry, that is the zygomorphic symmetry. So, these are the 2 blue petals, this one is the reduced petal, this is the ovary, and these 3 are the sterile anthers and these 3 are the fertile one. As you can see here, this is in center, there is a style which is also curved and which also has a stigma at, you can see, if you clearly observe, they also have a pollen. So, they have a 6 stamens, in which in this particular flower there is a 3 are fertile and 3 are sterile in nature. So, moving towards the next floral character, that is the androecium. As we have seen earlier, the number of stamens is 6, which are also arranged in 2 whorls. In general, they are all functional, as in case of Transgentia and Pollia, or more commonly some of them are absent or represented by staminodes. As we can see here, these are the 3 fertile one and these 3 are the staminodes, as we can see here, and filaments often hairy, as we can see here, hairy or bread like, and the anther lobes are bithecous. So, these hairy filaments are called as pilose filaments or beard filaments. So, you can see here the variation in the stamens. They are 6 arranged in 2 whorls, in which all 6 are functional, as in case of Transgentia and Pollia, and in general 3 are fertile and 3 are represented by the staminodes, and filaments often hairy, as we can see here they have a pilose filaments, that means they have a hairy or beard filaments, and generally they are bithecous. So, this is the androecium. Now, moving toward the gynoecium of this particular family, which is also made up of tricarpellary syncarpous ovary with superior position, and they are trilocular or sometime may become bilocular. They are showing the exile presentation and ovules are 1 to many in each locule. Style is terminal and stigma is captate. You can see this is the style and here is the stigma. You can see there is a ovary, you can see this is the style and this is the curved structure, you can see here this is the stigma. So, you can clearly observe that the ovary position is the superior and here petals are removed, these are the sepals, outer wall of the perianth. You can see clearly here these are the fertile stamens. You can see all the gynoecium clearly visualized in from this particular figure, and the fruit is capsule, they may be loculicidal or indehiscent. So, they may be dehisced by their lines or maybe they be indehiscent. So, if we see the diagnostic characters of this particular family Commelinaceae, they are generally herbs with jointed stem. As we can see here, they have a jointed stem with swollen nodes. They have a leaf sheathing and alternate arrangement. As we can see here, inflorescence is circinous. Flowers are hermaphrodite, that is bisexual, actinomorphic. Perianth leaves are 6, which are arranged in 2 valves. Outer valve is sepaloid and inner valve is petaloid. Generally, this is in the blue or violet in color. Stamen numbers are also 6 or maybe 3. Generally, they are arranged in also, if there is a 6 number of stamen, they are arranged in 2 valves in each, 3 valves, and in some these 3 stamens are reduced to staminodes. The carpels is represented by tricarpellary syncarpus, superior ovary, and the presentation is exile. So, you can see these are the some characteristics that the plant has a generally typical are trimerous flowers. They may be trimerous flower, they may be actinomorphic or zygomorphic depending upon the inner valves. There may be petals reduced to the one petal is reduced to. These are the some common plants of the family Commelinaceae. The first one, that is the Commelina bengalensis, which is commonly called as conker. As you can see here, this is the Commelina bengalensis, which produces underground cleistomaceae. This slide showing the common plants of the family Commelinaceae, which is also from this slide showing the common plants of the family Commelinaceae, starting from the Commelina bengalensis, which is also commonly called as conker. As you can see here in this particular image, this particular flower is a typical zygomorphic flower which produces underground clistogamous white flower weed of ditches and moist places. So, this flower is arranged in these are, you can see there is a spathy in which this flower is present, and these flowers are generally clistogamous in nature. They may be, there is a variation in depending upon the family to family. Then the next plant, that is the Cyanotis axillarius. This is a semi-aquatic herb. As you can see, this is a flower of this particular plant. Then Transdentia, it is a spiderwort or a favorable object of showing protoplasmic circulation. This particular plant is also used in the many ornamental hanging basket plant. It is a very beautiful basket plant which is used. The next one is the Rua, that is a favorite pot plant. So, you can see many of the plants are used as a ornamental plant of this particular family, and this is the Commelina bengalensis floral parts. You can see these are twig that are showing the alternate leaf arrangement, stems with swollen nodes, jointed nodes are swollen. These leaves are alternately arranged, simple type of leaf. If we see a single flower, you can see this is a trimerous flower which has a tepals in 2 valves, in 3 there is a 3 tepals in each valves. Now, you can see a single flower of the Commelina. As you can see, the flower is typically showing a trimerous flower which has a 6 tepals which are arranged in 3 in 2 valves. Then there is a stamens in which 3 are staminodes and 3 are fertile. As you can see, this is the stigma, this is the ovary and the style. So, this is a single flower, and if we see, this is the fruit of this particular plant Commelinaceae, which is a capsule. And if we see the floral diagram, that is showing the 3+3 arrangement of tepals. You can see 3 are arranged in the outer one and 3 in the inner one, that is showing the imbricate estivation. And you can see 3 are fertile stamens and 3 are the staminodes, and the ovary, that is showing the exile presentation with 3 locular, and each there is a presence of a 1 ovule in each locule. So, if we see the floral formula of this particular family, as we have seen, the flower is zygomorphic, bisexual with perianth that is arranged in 3+3, that is totally in 6 in number, and anoecium is also 6 in number. There are 3 are fertile and 3 are staminode, and gynoecium is tricarpellary syncarpus with superior ovary and showing the exile presentation, as we can see here from this particular TS. So this is the Commelina bengalensis floral part that is typically showing the characteristic of the family Commelinaceae. Now moving towards the economic importance of the family Commelinaceae. As a food, camelina are edible and fried with gram flour and used as a pakoras. The rhizome of Commelina bengalensis are also used as a vegetable. Similarly, they also have some medicinal benefits like Commelina oblique are used as a antidote to snake poison. The stem juice of Phlocopa is put in sore eyes, and the many species of Murdania, Anilema, Commelina are used in case of leprosy, and the roots of cyanosis and trynosia are used for expelling worm in the cattle as also for the fever, and many of this particular plant family are herb, and many plants of this particular family are used as ornamental plants like Ruya discolor is used as a pot herb. Beside this, Transdentia, Cyanotes, Zebraina pendula, that is also called as Wandringju, are ornamental plants. So you can see this particular family showing a few economic importance, in which many of these are medicinal plants and many are used as a ornamental plants. As you can see here, this is the Transdentia plant, Commelinaceae. You can see Commelinaceae is allied to the Pontridaceae family. The point of the doubling is being there, lingular orchia like sheath and merely endospermic seeds are. So these are this family is showing the characteristics with the Pontederaceae family. Furthermore, the floral structure of Spironina of the Commelinaceae bears similarly structure with the Pontederia of the Pontederaceae family. Besides this particular family is also showing the many affinities with the Liliaceae family. Like typically it also has a trimellus flower that has a nuclear endosperm. In both the cases, Commelinaceae, which is related to the Liliaceae family, which we have discussed earlier. Then the semi-aquatic habit and abbreviated septum of the anthers of the Commelinaceae suggest a relationship of this family with the Helobius. And Hutchinson expressed the idea that the Commelinaceae could be derived from the Alice metals and butomales. So this is the affinities of this particular family Commelinaceae. Now next we will discuss the other families of the monocot. That's all for today. Thanks for joining this session. Thank you all of you.